Hey guys, Uncommon Ramen here. Several years back, World's Smallest, if you don't know who they are, they make a bunch of retro toys that are really, really tiny, like really tiny Rubik's Cubes or, those 8 balls that you shake and it tells you an answer. They made really tiny versions of those or little tiny Lincoln Logs or stuff like that. They partnered up with Wizards of the Coast and they made the world's smallest Magic the Gathering dual decks. It was Jace and Vraska. And when they had done that, I was under the impression that it was going to kind of be a one-off thing, despite it being super cool. And you can see, like, these are actually, functional cards. So like I said, I thought it was going to be kind of a one-off neat little thing, and I picked it up because it was super cool, and I love the idea of these little miniature decks. But I was wrong. They actually did go ahead and do a second run of these. So here we have the World's Smallest Series 2 Nicol Bolas and Ajani dual decks. So we're going to jump into this and look at what is in here, assuming that I can find a way to open this package up because it is ridiculous. I will pause the video for this. All right, I'm inside. We get our little dual decks here. Just make sure there's nothing left in that packaging. So here we have our Nicol Bolas and Ajani dual decks. So this should be, if I remember correctly, Nicol Bolas. Oh, it's Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. That's the first Planeswalker version of him. Oh, and they're shrink wrapped. I don't think they shrunk wrapped them last time. That's definitely upping the quality right there. But you can see right here that they are absolutely playable cards. You can read them. They have all the information. So it's not like, I mean, even the back. The only difference here is that they don't have the little foil counterfeit protector. So we're going to take a look at all these cards because honestly, it's the coolest thing in the entire world to me. Let's see if I can do this without damaging the deck. I'm loving the fact that it's Nicol Bolas this time. As far as MTG villains go, he will always remain one of the more memorable ones, up there with Yawgmoth and Mishra. Although I guess I wouldn't necessarily call him a villain per se. So we got our Nicol Bolas, a little Blazing Spectre, Backwater Elemental, Dimir Cut Purse, and you can see that they even have the little rare symbol uncommon right here, Firefield Ogre, Hellfire Mongrel, another one of those guys, Igneous Pouncer, Jessian Zombie, Morgue Toad, Moroi, Nightscape Familiar, Ogre Savant, Shriekmaw, Slavering Nulls, Steamcore Weird, Dimir Cut Purse, another one, okay. Cruel Ultimatum, very nice. Deep Analysis. Well, we got Pain and Suffering. Profane Command, okay. Rise and Fall. Slave of Bolas. Agonizing Demise, that's an old card. Counter Squall, nice. Counter Squall is only uncommon. Always thought that was a rare. Grixis Charm. Recoil. Another really old card. Spite and Malice. Undermine. Wow. Very nice. Vapor Snag. It's kind of a surprise to me. Icy Manipulator? Okay. Obelisk of Grixis. Obelisk of Grixis. Elder Mastery. Crumbling Necropolis. Some islands. I think this is all going to be the lands. Mountains. No, we got a Rupture Spire. And a whole bunch of swamps. Oh, and a Terramorphic Expanse. 2 Terramorphic Expanses. So that's the Nicol Bolas deck, and you can see just how tiny these things are. I wonder if I have a coin for comparison or something. Well, actually, I have a actual Magic card. So here's our normal Magic card, and here's our little tiny deck. So much smaller. Now we're going to take a look at a Johnny. I just think this is the coolest thing. I hope that they keep doing these series because I think that it's really neat. Even if I would never actually use them, which I kind of... I think that because they are actually pretty playable, it'd be interesting to sit down and play them, although completely superfluous. But it's an interesting... neat thing that they've done. I'm not a big fan of all the things that Wizards of the Coast does, so but this one I just thought was fun and smart. And they're not super expensive. I think you know, you can get them for around $10, $12, something like that for the 2. So it's not a huge investment, and obviously for something this tiny, they definitely have some color discrepancies. If you take a look at the back of these cards, and sometimes there's centering issues, which you can kind of see here where we got some centering issues here. But if you take a look at the back of a typical card versus the back of this, there's some definite saturation issues on the side, but I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just supposed to be a fun little, interesting thing. So we got a Johnny Vengeant, Ageless Entity, a couple of Johnny's Pride mates, Briarhorn, my bad, Canyon Wildcat, a Johnny's Mantra, Firemane Angel, Fleetfoot Panther, Grazing Gladeheart, Jade Mage, Loam Lion, a couple of those. Luxodon Hierarch. Marisi's Twin Claws. Nicottle Hunt Pride. Pride of Lions. Kasali Pride Mage. Spirit Mare. Sylvan Ranger, a couple of those. Wild Nicottle. Woolly Thoktar. Lead the Stampede. Titanic Ultimatum. So we're looking at 2 of Grixis and Naya here. Lightning Helix, very good card. Naya Charm. Sylvan Bounty. A couple of those. Behemoth Sledge. A Johnny's Mantra again. Griffin Guide. Recumbent Bliss. Searing Meditation, Evolving Wilds, some Forests, a Grey Pelt Refuge, a couple Jungle Shrines, a Kazandu Refuge, some Mountains, and some Plains. Oh, we have more. Oh, I was wrong. We have some plains. We have a Sapseep Forest, which counts as a forest. What? Enters the battlefield tapped. I didn't even know that existed. And we have Vitugazi, the city tree. So that's these little tiny dual decks that were released through a partnership with World's Smallest and Wizards of the Coast. And amongst the millions of partnerships that they're doing, millions is a huge exaggeration, amongst the dozens of partnerships that they're doing with other companies, I'd say this is probably one of their best. There are 4 available. Well, I should say 2 packages available, the Nicol Bolas and Ajani decks and the Jason Vraska decks. So it's just a really interesting, fun little novelty that is actually playable. So it's not like you can't just sit down and play these if you wanted to. It would be obnoxiously small. But I just think it's a neat, fun novelty for collectors and just people who enjoy Magic in general. If you have any comments, leave them below. I love hearing from you guys. And yeah, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.